Hey folks, Hacksaw Duggan here. And you know, everyone seemed to enjoy seeing our Christmas decorations around the house. I thought I'd show them a little bit more stuff around the house. You know, a lot of guys' houses, you walk in, there's a wrestling shrine. My daughter Celia took a spare bedroom and put a lot of my wrestling memorabilia up here. So I thought I'd walk you through and show you some of my old wrestling memorabilia. And start off, of course, is an old shot of the Mid-South belt. Probably the largest belt ever in wrestling history. I have one over here. I'll show you later. Some artwork some folks showed me. This is pretty good. This is a actual wrestling card from the Superdome where I wrestled Ted DiBiase main event at the Superdome. What a thrill that was to be at the Dome main event. One of my favorite pictures with the 2x4 out in front of the whole crowd cheering USA, USA. And this goes back to high school, where I won the New York State High School Wrestling Championship. Heavyweight, super heavyweight, undefeated. And of course, that's the guys, and most of the guys were from New York City or one of the bigger cities. This is the actual medal they gave me way back in 1973 when I was state champion. Some other wrestling memorabilia here. My stuff from I was an honorary captain not too long ago at the Southern Methodist football game, where I was actually captain back my senior year, back in the 70s. Lots of different plaques. This is a TV pilot that we tried that didn't take off. It was called Biker's Court. I was a judge. We had a jury of bikers. Our bailiff was Bunny Guns, so you can imagine Bunny Guns. It's a TV pilot that just never took off. But we gave it a try. Some more wrestling memorabilia. This is pretty cool. This is when I was over in Hawaii working for High Chief Peter Maivia. This was probably early 1980. And of course, Noki, Andre the Giant, High Chief Peter Maivia. And way down here, a masked man called the Convict. You have to hear my stand-up show to hear about the Convict. But one of my early wrestling characters that didn't work. And of course, I got the Frank Gotch Award back in 2011. Very proud to receive that. And of course, the Mike Kelsey Award. This is something I'm really, really proud of. This was from back in college. It's for giving 110%. And that's something I try to do my whole career. You know, Bret Hart, my good friend, the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I'll always give you 110%, tough guy. But anyway, the Capital Region Hall of Fame, that's for high school up in upstate New York, the Albany area. More wrestling plaques. And part of all these big, huge plaques, the WWE Hall of Fame plaque, not the most impressive plaque out there, but obviously the best one to have, that's for sure. I did a lot of soapbox derby. I do a lot of charity work. Did the Variety Telethon in Des Moines, Iowa, me and Deborah and the whole family for 20 years. I love doing a whole bunch of charity work. This Crash Duggan, where I crashed a bus at a celebrity bus race in Volusia County, Florida. Lucky nobody got hurt, but you have to find that on tape. Maybe on YouTube we'll find it. The old Crash Duggan, who was a law enforcement deal, and all those sheriffs from all over Florida got together and have this event. We had a bus race, and I wrecked the bus. I called Deborah. I'm like, I wrecked the bus. She's like, you got to be kidding. No, I really wrecked the bus. Back when I was with the Atlanta Falcons, our defense held all our opponents to 129 points. That was a record back in 1977 when I was with the Atlanta Falcons. 78, I went to the Toronto Argonauts. 79, I started wrestling, and off we go to the races. Here's a great shot of me and ravishing Rick Rude at Madison Square Garden.
The light.
And, we're moving the light. My cameraman's camera woman. Say hi, Deborah.
Hi, everybody.
She's going to move us around. Like this is not a big money production, that's for sure. But here we are at the Madison Square Garden, beating up Rick Rude. I tell everybody they put Rude in the Hall of Fame, but not after that match, tough guy. And of course, action figures. This is kind of the holy grail of action figures. The old LJNs. We collect those when we can see them. I only got a few of them. Here they are. I got them in protective cases. And this is kind of unique. You don't see this very often. This is a European action figure. Where they got the abs right down to exactly how they are. But you're almost kind of a monster over in Europe back in the early days. Let's see, what else can we show you? Oh, here's a nice wedding shot, but you can't see real well. But my dad was my best man at my wedding. Best man I've ever met. Best man at my wedding. Now we'll show you some belts. This here, Texas Brass Knuckles Championship. I never was much of a belt guy, but I collect a few of them. As we were talking earlier, the Mid-South Championship belt. This is a replica here, and as you can see, it is a huge belt, and it's heavy. It was hard to carry around, and of course, it was an honor, of course, to be champion. But that wasn't Hacksaw Jim Duggan's deal. I don't care if I win the match, long as I win the fight, tough guy. And of course, this belt is probably the biggest one I've ever won. This is the U.S. heavyweight belt. I won down there at WCW. That's when I beat Stunning Steve Austin so bad, he had to shave his head and change his name. I beat the hair right off the boy's head. I should get a kickback on this Stone Cold thing. He'd still be running around with long blonde hair. But okay, let's rotate this way, honey. Here's an old clock from back in the day. Turn around, it's like working for Vince, I tell you. Some CDs. This was a unique CD. We did it over in Europe. Greg the Hammer, Tito was on it, of course, Demolition. Young, Strong, and Wealthy was the song. That was kind of unique. And talk about unique. This is my first ever wrestling program. My first ever match. The main event was Sheik and Brody battled the Spoiler and Mark Lewin at the Sportatorium. Back in the heyday of the Iron Claw movie, that's when I was there at the Sportatorium. Marcus versus newcomer Duggan. But I tell you what, the most unique thing about this is the date. April 8th, 1979. 10 years to the day is the day Deborah and I got married. Unbelievable. We didn't realize that till long after. But I got married on the first day, my first day wrestling. 10 years later, I got married to Deborah. Been together 40 years. It's been great. Oh, here's just another picture real quick. My old high school football team, Glens Falls High. And you know who still has the shot put record up in Glens Falls? Almost, 50 plus years. I still have the shot put record in my high school. I'm like, get those kids some Cheerios up in Glens Falls. I mean, come on, kids. My daughter Celia put together a whole collage of different cards and stuff. All kinds of different cards. My rookie card, these two are the most collectible. You can tell because it says I'm from New York City. That's before they started saying I was from Glens Falls, New York. And my first DVD video from WWE, or F back in the day. And I tell you what, they take 1 million pictures of you. 1 million! You think they could have come up with a different one than that one for me on that video. But it was cool to have. Some more artwork some fans did. The foam 2x4. What a collector item that was back in the day. Folks were bringing real 2x4s to the ring, or to the show. So security's like, you can't bring them in. So Vince started doing the foam 2x4s. And then they went with the foam thumbs. So as hard as it is to find a foam 2x4, foam thumbs are even harder and harder to find, don't they? They're almost antiques, I joke. Of course, nowadays everything's inflatable. An inflatable 2x4, I don't know, it would have been a good idea. Oh, can't forget these, the Slammy Awards. I actually won 2 Slammies, and I'm proud. I was working with Harley Race back in the day. I got one for best vocals. Ho! Great vocals, huh? And one for best hit when I nailed Harley with a 2x4. And me and Harley, we fought all the way through Trump Plaza there in Atlantic City during the Slammy Awards. So they're very cool. They're very, very heavy. And just some more paraphernalia. Here's, even they had lunch boxes back in the day. And that's one of the more iconic pictures from the Royal Rumble, I believe it was. It has all the boys in it. Piper, we miss you, Pipe. Sarge, Flair, Hogan, of course. Different type of little action figures I have. Here's some more stuff. This one was not too long ago. They used to have lighters even. Great big giant lighters. Anything they could put your picture on, they did back then. Yeah, let's see what we got over here. Oh, this was a VCR game back in the day. Yeah, back in the day, that was a VCR game. More action figures. These were early ones. That's the joke. People say, Hacksaw, I got your doll. I said they're not dolls, they're action figures, of course. And I'm going to save this for I'm going to have, you can't miss this. An honor to have this, folks. This is ring-worn gear of Andre the Giant. And of course, I've had the honor of working with Andre. I knocked him out on television. And most folks know I won the first ever Royal Rumble. But the biggest thing that I remember in my career was working with Andre the Giant, main event, Madison Square Garden. And I tell you what, no matter what profession you're in, you sell out the Garden, you sell out the Garden. And me and Andre sold out the Garden, and it was an honor to be in the ring with him. And of course, he used to wear this singlet with this strap. And there's a whole story about that strap in Giant Juice. But you got to come to the stand-up show to hear that one. Some more. Here's another LJN action figure. A cutting board. We're going to try to get these on our shop, hacksawjimdugganshop.com. We're going to try to get those on there later on. And here are some more of the music we did back in the day. The single and the album. You know, and I do a lot of charity events with different people. And I joke, I'm like, what's the deal? Gold album. We had gold albums back in the day, yes. Hacksaw Jim Duggan beats people up. But this is kind of my little wrestling room up here in the spare bedroom my daughter put together. I have a lot more memorabilia after 40 years, but this is what she kind of got up. Just thought I'd like to share it with you folks out there because you're the ones that made this whole life possible for me and my family. So thanks very much. If you see me out there on the road, come up and say hello and give me a ho. Give me a ho, honey.
Ho.
Atta girl. Thanks, folks. We'll see you all later.